apparently on the DMC page. Michael, if you can just check to see if you can see us.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't received the notification to say that it's live. So I'm just going to go straight there. DMC live, yes. The notification has just come through to say that we're live, and you and I are on there. That is correct.
Okay, so let's. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is me and Michael being so frustrated. Michael's keeping me sane because I'm about ready to blow my stack. Content live. Indeed, we are. What's the delay like, Michael, between the studio and?
It's about 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay.
30 to between 30 and a minute.
Okay.
Because I'll just turn that volume up. You may get some feedback.
What's the delay like, Michael?
That's it. That's how far we are. It's about 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
All right. Just want to mute that for a sec.
Yeah. I'll just turn that volume up. You may get some feedback. Yeah, about a minute.
Okay. So if you're sad enough to be joining us at this time of night, ridiculous o'clock. This is me and Michael trying a new piece of software to try and stream to YouTube without overpaying the odds. So we are using Restream, but it's become a little bit more complicated than we hoped. It's caused no end of frustration throughout the night.
Look, I wouldn't call it frustration. It's learning new technology that we haven't used before. There's always going to be teething problems when we first start something.
The glass half full approach would be research and development. The glass half empty approach would be what a royal pain in the ass this is. So Michael's glass half full, and at the minute I'm glass half empty. Bizarrely enough, we've had 20 people log on to see us fail twice earlier on.
I wouldn't call it a failure. The delay that we have actually, I think, might work in our favour in that it gives people time to come into the live feed.
Yeah.
In a sense, how often have you seen these people when they go live? They're waiting. Oh, we'll wait until more people come in. We'll wait until more people come in, and it's usually 1 or 2 minutes before people. Oh, okay, let's go. Let we go. Hubba. We go skiing down that mountain slope.
We have got Luke and Mick in the live chat already.
Yeah.
What a bunch of nutters, boys. If this is live and you can hear us, give us a thumbs up or anything just to confirm that it's. I'll make it 23, almost 11:45. If somebody can give us a time check, anything like that, just so that I'm not about to hit myself on the. Hello again. Hope you're all well. Play apps. Oh, bless you. For joining. For what was turned into a chaotic night of streaming, testing, and God knows what. Dark face red, droopy eyes. Is that you or me, Luke? Bless you. We think we've got something like. a 30-second delay. Mick's just said it's 23:48. Bless you, Mick. Thank you, mate. Oh God, you know what? This is pepped me up. So where this all stems from, we were using a piece of software called StreamYard. StreamYard decided to royally stick one up us by tripling their software license. You may have seen on the Facebook group, the DMC page, that we've now set up a PayPal account where people can contribute to helping us, with licenses, etc., etc. So I decided, executive decision, I'm not prepared to waste people's money by paying something over the odds. We've looked for an alternative version, and thanks to you guys replying to us in the chat, it appears, as Michael suggested, let's try it on YouTube first. It appears to be working. So there may be a 30-second delay from us talking to what you guys see in the chat. So bear with that. If you want to help us, we've got a PayPal account now set up. Just send me a private message in Messenger on Facebook. I'm sorry, this is all getting a bit complicated, but we don't want to use Patreon anymore. They were taxing us, and for the low amount of money that we're asking people to help us with, taking a chunk out of £2 is not good. So we've got a direct PayPal account if you want to help us out. We've set a fund of between £2 and £4. Just send me a message and I'll get back to you on that. So that's one thing. We can now put our own DMC background behind these videos that you're seeing live of me and Michael. We can add some music to it, our DMC theme tune, that kind of thing. So this has been a testing period for us tonight, and trust me, it's been very testing. We had Luke, and Luke's in, bless him, has stuck by us. He's in the chat. We had Martin with us as well, and it failed miserably. So we were trying to stream live to Facebook. It epically failed, but it seems that it's working on YouTube, which I suppose really is all that matters. At least we've got one outlet at a cheaper cost to us. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go from this. We're going to carry on doing some testing. Me and Michael. I hope Michael, bless him, has got up at ridiculous clock again to help us out. Play apps. No need to thank us. We thank the people that turn up to hear us waffle. So we haven't. Michael, because the guys are here, Play Apps is here, people like that. What do you want to give us something to talk about other than me moaning about ending stream? What have you been up to, Michael, recently over the last couple of days?
Well, I'm trying to do something for the missus and her family. Yeah, so because the mum's in a nursing home, is that I'm doing a replica of the family car. This is a 3D print of a 1964 EH Holden.
Yeah.
The thing that I still need to do on this is do the details on the tail lights, and because it also the STL file also comes with the window unit, is to cut out the clear screen, because I haven't got clear resin to print with it. So I just do the old-fashioned cut out the screen and glue them in. Interior's done. That's that part of it. The other thing is, again, with more on 3D printing, has been making a fireman for Shane Holnyard, so he can send that off to his grandson after he's painted them.
They are well fed firemen, though, aren't they? They're compared to your mechanics. It's a case of all the pies.
Considering how big I had to blow him up, from the original file to get him to that scale there, which is between a 143 and a 132 scale.
Yeah.
The percentage that I've made him is 3,200%.
Wow.
From
Okay, the biggest I've
from-
got is 400%, but I know what you exactly. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
right,
I
to
can-
get the 143 scale, which is this one here, was 2,650%.
we may as waffle about we may as well waffle about 3D printing because
Yes.
Martin's
Martin's
here,
not here and Fraser's not here.
and he would never thank us for it anyway. So
True.
just to clarify what you're saying there, Michael, and a comparison would be there is that, believe it or not, is Clint Eastwood from Kelly's Heroes, and Michael's just saying he's had to upscale his model, and there's my upscaled model of the same character, and as you can see, it's now been painted in Citadel paints. I'm making no excuses for going down this route, by the way, of doing my own thing with 3D printing when we all agreed we'd do die-cast wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, you can. The point is really that you can take these files and you can either make them 164 scale, 143 scale, 125 scale, and up to whatever you want. So that was what I was doing, even so much. So that is one scale. And then I've done the creature from the Black Lagoon, and that's even higher.
Yeah.
So
just for
from live to broadcast on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Because what you probably see me in the background, I stuck a finger up in the air, not the red one, the proper one.
Yeah.
Right, and I did a camera block because I was watching the clock on the computer to see what the delay was.
Yeah, I mean, what the thing is, we tend to, as hosts of the DMC live chat, we are viewing the chat through the Restream app. We're not viewing it through YouTube, so to us, everything is live.
That's right.
And we don't see the YouTube version, which is, as Michael correctly points out, probably it could be anything from a minute to 3 minutes later. That's why there's a delay in the chat. How about printing drivers for your diecast restorers?
That's going to have to be. Sorry for interrupting there, PJ. I was doing a fair amount of searching on the internet and Yegi for that. There's a few out there. You've got to pay for them. They're about 16 Australian dollars, which is a little bit on the high side for the driver, but you can which is about £8 in sterling. But again, the thing is, you can, like with everything, you can print off as many copies as you like, right? And paint them all different colours and all of that. There's that to it, but there's not that many out there. I found racing car drivers, and I found vintage car drivers. They're the only two that I found out there.
Our holy grail is to find a. Although you've got some of the mechanics now, haven't you, Michael? The holy grail was to get a set of 164 scale mechanics that we could upscale to 143 scale, so we could include them in dioramas or glamour shots we're taking for our monthly events.
I've got them.
China for some.
Yeah, I've got them. I paid for them. Yeah. That was I think about $5 or £2.50, and that's for one 1/18 scale. Gotta go and look for it now. That's all right.
The point is, you can either get. There's a couple of sites you can go for these. See you, Luke. Thanks, mate. Thanks for just dropping
Yeah.
in there. It's much appreciated.
Yeah.
We'll catch up in the week. Well, if not, well, we're going to see Luke on Wednesday at Dagfield's auction site with Martin and a couple of the guys. So that'll be good. To have a good weekend, mate. We'll catch you soon.
Yeah. See you, Luke.
So what I was saying was, yeah, you can get these print files. It's almost like a knitting pattern, you know. You go and get these patterns. Some are free and some you have to pay for. I'm as tight as a duck's rear end, so I go for the free patterns, and I'm looking for creature feature patterns to do my Ray Harryhausen collection.
Yep.
But if you want something specific, like so, did you pay for the Holden, Michael?
Yeah, I paid for the Holden for both of them, which again, it's come value. It's cheaper than but sometimes buying a die cast. Sometimes it can be cheaper, but again, when you factor in I've used one bottle of resin on printing my failures, but that's all right. It's all about the experimental work.
It's the learning curve that we're going through at the minute.
That's right.
I mean, I was thankful to Luke that he suggested printing stuff on. So a figure like that, you can't always print upright. Sometimes you've got to put it at 45 degrees.
Yes, that's correct.
You'll get supports building up. If you do it that way, you'll get supports all over the place. So and you'll get failures. So there's Michael's got a set of figures. They're your mechanics, aren't they, Michael?
Mechanics.
Yeah, you have to send me a set of them, by the way.
That's 1/18 scale. That one.
Yeah.
That they come in the set that I've got. Go back up.
I apologise if we
my
started
stuff.
a bit rough and ready. This wasn't really a scheduled live chat. It's just a bit of testing. So bear with us, guys, on this one. Go on, Michael. Sorry. So you got
right. So the scales are 1/18, 1/32, 1/43, or 1/64 of the same.
And is that it? Is that how
one? So everybody can see my face.
Is that what you got in the zip file?
Not
the different scales.
Yeah, they're in a zip file or a RAR file. You pull it out, extract it onto your computer, or extract them straight onto your USB drive. Put them in your slicer program. Print.
We could do it. At some point we could do a live version of this, but the problem we've got is that the shortest print I've come across is about 25 minutes. The longest one is about 4.5 hours. So, we can't really do a live. We could do a live demo of creating it and getting the print working.
Well,
and watching the file go backwards and forwards, but
I think about the scale molders guys, sort of like Moz, the Airfix Revell guys. They've done the live stream. They've gone for a few hours doing a complete build. So you can do it on a 3D print, just watching the thing go up and down like this.
It's like the guy that's got YouTube channels where they go cutting lawns and stuff like that, and the class ASMR videos. You just sit back and it's just your mind just goes anywhere. It sounds interesting.
Yeah. But
we'll
so
you know what we could?
Are you doing match? Yeah.
we could do
Yeah, we could.
some pre-recorded videos. What this software allows us to do is to have, usually there's 4 or 5 of us online, but what we could do is to pre-record some videos, chop them down in a graphics package, and include them in the chat, and just, it's all right. My head's spinning now where we could go with this.
No,
Try and, yeah.
like,
You can upload
that
videos while you're talking, so you can watch videos even while we're talking, and we could do a demo that way and cut the time down.
Night Mick.
Night, Mick.
Mick Manley saying good night.
Oh, sorry, Mick.
No.
Bless you. Sorry,
No.
night, mate. Take care, buddy. Yeah, time lapse videos. Yeah. What we've got at the moment is that I have a piece of software called Power Director. So when I'm shooting videos for my own channel, for the Midlife Models one, you can speed it up, or you can chop it down, and speed it up. So there's 10,000 ways to skin a cat, really. So that might be something we can think about, Michael, with the 3D printing.
Yeah, sort of hair by hair, or it's the thing, sort of the videos we can do them like what Matchbox Mark does and a few others is they show the car, they talk about how they're going to do it, and the next scene is it's done. They don't show the actual process, right? And then they say, "This is what I'm doing next," and then they show what's been afterwards. So, are you doing?
As a matter of coincidence, next weekend, guess who's joining us? Well, no other than Matchbox Mark. So looking forward to talking to Mark. I do need to touch base with him to make sure he's up to speed with how to connect and stuff like that. But hopefully we'll have a guest YouTuber / restorer next week. We haven't done a guest for a while. You might have to hear my dog yapping in the background.
He's saying, "Dad, go to bed. Dad, go to bed."
Yeah, it hasn't been a completely failed night, so we've got YouTube working again.
No,
there may be a bit of a delay, but at least YouTube's still working. We can do, as I say, some design alterations. I wanted to make it look more like the DMC channel. We've got a timer and some theme music and stuff like that. So this is me and Michael just prattling about and losing his rag. Well, not losing his rag, because Michael keeps me from losing.
No, look, I've got things going up in the top of my head.
Yeah.
So to keep it, sort of as we're a die-cast and modelers community. Yes. That's the wife saying she's leaving me.
She's leaving you. live on YouTube. We've got
the unfortunate thing is that she's coming back later on this afternoon.
Yeah. You see, I didn't have that problem.
Too much information. What I was going to say was, for your live chats, like you're doing Matchbox Mark, you've done Ron, you've done me, you've done Luke, you've done Laz and so forth, but we're all being mainly die casters. But if you're looking on the model scale side of things, once I do the Airfix Revel and so forth, I'm sure Moz will be into it.
I have contacted him to get him to join us. Outside of modelling, I know him as Les. So our mate Les, he's also a DJ and karaoke host. So he's when he's not modelling, he's doing that, and he's got he's got an eBay warehouse that he effectively runs as well. So it's getting him online. So hopefully we're going to start to include friends from the Facebook group who are not YouTubers but are restorers, if we can get those people online as well. We've kind of covered the basis with the YouTube guys, but we have a lot of guys. I'm not going to shout names out loud because it's a bit unfair before we've asked them. But we have a number of guys that contribute towards our monthly builds, month after month after month after month, and we give them a shout out. But it'd be nice to interview some of them and to get their take on doing restorations as well.
Yeah, so because of the sometimes you may have to think about changing your time slot on for your live chat.
Yeah.
Because Terry or Sufferhorn Rich would like to join in on a few things, but his time zone is out of reach. Because like for me, it's at the moment it's 6 a.m. in the morning to do your 9 p.m. our Taverners night on a Friday night.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. But for him, that's 3 a.m. in the morning, so that's not really suitable.
We have got it's such an eclectic mix of people. I mean, we've got the likes of Jerry in Texas, who's 6 hours behind. We've got you that's almost effectively a day in front. We've got people
9 hours ahead.
Yeah, we've got people in Europe that are, well, Laz is only, I mean, 2 hour, an hour, 2 hours is neither end of there really.
Yeah, you've got Fraser, who's 6 hours behind me, 3 hours ahead of you. Yeah. And Sufferhorn or Terry is between me and Fraser.
Yeah. But we did start doing it. Well, I'd say we did. It was a bit of a test thing. We did an afternoon chat, tea and chat on the Facebook channel. Just there was me, Ian, Holly, Mick Manley, Martin jumped in. But again, this was just doing a testing thing. So it may be that we start to do an afternoon chat where, one, I'm not drinking whiskey for a change, which is highly unlikely. Michael can get off the coffee because I think that's about all he gets to drink whenever we meet up. It's ridiculously early in the morning.
No. So on a Saturday morning, I can get stuck into the Baileys.
Yeah, stuck at 6:30 in the morning. First thing to do, get a glass of Baileys. Yeah.
It's a good Kickstarter, especially with your medication.
And I think when on the internet, when they started talking about Kickstarters, that wasn't what they had in mind. It was fundraising, not Baileys. Anyway,
just another person you might want to consider for your interviews is James. I've forgotten his last name. I'll resend you his name. He does models, it's all like Revell and Airfix and all of that, but he also does 3D printing of models. Right? Well, he does also live chat with another James, and in the Facebook page, I'm fairly sure I shared that link. There's 2 Jameses.
What I might try and set up. That's just thrown me another curveball. Thanks for that. Well, not a curveball.
It's cricket time.
Yeah. Right. That's just thrown me another idea that I recently found out. I've got 2 streets, my street and another street parallel to each other. And on the other street, there is a Warhammer group. They've got a building. You wouldn't know it was there. I mean, a lot of people, how do I put it? Nowadays, there's a lot of industrial estates with prefabricated buildings on, and you've got no idea what's going on in there unless you go around and there's little signs saying, "Oh, we live here and we do this and we do that." Anything from pet grooming to government documents to Warhammer groups. Anyway, the point being, I found this this group called the North Racks Gaming channel. Anyway, and I went round, and these guys were great. They were lovely. They were introducing me to Citadel paints and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, I wonder if I could if they've got a setup there where they've got a good broadband link, we do a live interview with Andy, who owns the Warhammer shop, and could we do a live? Would he be prepared to do an interview with us? So that'd be good. Oh, this is popping off ideas now. Yeah.
You should be able to do that from your phone, because that's how you're doing you're doing your recording anyway.
Well, I've got an iPhone. Sorry, I've got a tablet, an iPad. Big words, words. 4 letters, big words.
Apple device.
Yeah, Apple device. I've got an iPad, and I could take it around and ask him. Because he again, as you mentioned, he's heavily into his 3D printing. So anybody who's got the Warhammer type questions and Citadel paints, that kind of thing, if he gets gaming and that kind of thing, that'd be good.
Well, you see, there's it's all the stuff that I look up on the internet, because I'm focused on an item, leads me. Like, I'm focused on one thing, but I'm being taken off on different tangents, just like you are.
Yeah.
Right? Other things you say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think of that before. Right. And what I've noticed is that these resin printers that we've got and that we're enjoying so much, a lot of people are making the miniatures for the tabletop gaming, which is another form of chess.
Yeah.
All right. They're doing their own little battlefields, and again, if you ever watched Big Bang Theory, goes back to some of the stuff which they've done in that TV show as well.
Well, I was delighted to. I was talking to this guy Andy, who owns the shop, and said I'd like some help with paints, to do me. There's another one that I've recently done, which is this Godzilla. I've done Godzilla. I have done Medusa from Clash of the Titans. This is a work in progress.
It is
all kinds. Anyway, the point being, all kinds of figures. Although the latest one is the Black Knight from Monty Python, which is hysterical because it's all in different parts, and you can have him with an arm missing or a leg missing. Yada yada. So
with your characters, like your dinosaur and your other stuff that you just showed, there's lots of files out there.
Yeah.
Paid for and for free. Free to download.
But the catch is, as I mentioned to you, sorry, I've had the sneezes all night.
I know you're allergic to restream it in Facebook.
Technology is making me sneeze. What was I going to say? Yes, we started off. Michael demoed the 3D printer and washer curer setup from Anycubic many months ago. Good night, Play Apps. Take care, my friend. Thanks for joining us. It's much appreciated. Yeah. We'll hopefully see you next weekend when we've got Mark online with us. That'd be cool. So we'll have a good weekend, mate. We'll see you soon. Yes, we have these 3D printers with the thought that we'd do replacement parts for our diecast vehicles. And then as soon as I found out what it could do, I went off on a completely different tangent. That being said, as Michael's pointed out with his Holden, the size that we're restricted to a certain size. So Michael's had to print that upright rather than lengthways, because the bed of the printer restricts you to the size that you can print. Height gives you a little bit more room for scaling. I would is probably the best way to put it.
this vehicle here is 132 scale.
Yeah.
I was able to put straight onto the bed, just fitted on the bed. All right.
So what's the next scale up from 132, Michael?
I haven't got
25th?
my, something like that.
Yeah.
This one here also, I'm showing the broken side, of course.
That's fine. That's fine.
This one here is also 132 scale, but it's slightly longer than the up one. I did print it at. I did print one straight up and down. It came out quite well. It fitted on the bed that way, but I also printed one off at 20 degrees. It just fitted on to keep it inside the space where it would print. 20 degrees was fine. I was just trying different ways to stop the sides from warping, but because so this was originally out at 132 scale, using the slicing program, the same vehicle down to a 143 scale, and from a 143 scale, there we go, down to the 164 or matchbox size scale. So if I bring in the
Land Rover, the Matchbox Land Rover.
The Land Rover, right, which does bring it into, it is the right scale.
There can be a slight change in the resolution of the print depending on the scale. So
yes,
a grill on the front of a Jag or a Mercedes might not be so well defined if the smaller it gets.
Going by the grill on the front of this vehicle, the Holden, it hasn't lost any definition.
Okay.
I'll just reassemble this one quickly. Let's see if I can bring this up close up to the camera. That's the 132 scale. All right. That's the 143 scale. My camera's a bit blurry.
Yeah.
All right. And there's that 164 scale.
And that's just using the Anycubic standard grey, isn't it? Resin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the standard resin, yes.
Yeah.
Because I ran the first bottle I ran out, and my second bottle came in as the beige, which is the skin tone colour.
But you're going to end up. It doesn't matter with the colour of the resin half the time, because you're going to prime them. And I mean, most of the stuff that I've done here, I've sprayed with what's called Chaotic Black from Citadel in a spray can.
Well, this one that I damaged, right? That was printed in the grey standard, right? And that was printed in the beige. Everything was colour difference. Everything else was the same.
It's the same, yeah.
Right.
I mean, we talked about the mat. If you drop much more, you're not going to have anything left.
That's right. Well, this was a broken one anyway. So that's the beige,
right enough.
and that's the grey. Same car. That's all it is. It's just the colour. Yeah, just like your real car, you get it into any colour you like.
Yeah.
Best colour is black.
But I mean, it was like I said to you. I mean, was it Martin who said, "How resilient are they?" You kind of ummed and ahed, and I said, "Not that resilient. It depends however you hit them with something."
Yeah.
But I'm just going to point this out. This is the base of a support that was on a model. almost like a sprue. And the best thing you can do is to keep these because I dropped something across the back of Godzilla, unfortunately, and broke off 2 or 3 of his fins. And what I was able to do was just chip some pieces off this, glue them back on, and then with the help of a burr in a...
how many do you want?
There you go. So using the tack light with a very fine burr in it, I was able to grind off these pieces that had stuck to poor old Godzilla like and recreate his fins. So that's been sprayed with chaotic black, and it's also had a covering of green ammo. And I'm going to start doing some highlights down the fins. So there you go. It's worth saving the point being, it's worth saving the scraps.
Well, this is the byproduct of 3D printing when you're using support.
Yeah.
A lot of people would call that waste, right? But if you're into dioramas, you can create something. That's a forest. If you put a bit of foliage over the top, right? Or if you look at that, you can have so these are like I-beams almost. So for construction. All right.
Ironically, you can go and look for things like I-beams and L shapes and stuff like that, and print rods off as well. So yeah. Is the cost worth it? I think so. I think it's.
If you remember, so 3 months before you bought that printer, we were having a discussion on our tavern nights. So umming and ahhing. Is it worth it? Is it worth the cost? That's what we all talk about before we buy anything.
We don't just. It is true. We don't just buy this stuff willy nilly. Although Michael's cost me a fortune.
Cost you a fortune.
I take no convincing whatsoever. I'm so weak. I take no convincing to spend money.
You haven't bought that Open Scan Mini yet.
I haven't brought the Open Scan Mini yet. No. So there are 3 parts to this. We'll save this for a 3D. We'll put some more structure behind this, but we'll do a 3D night, a printing night, with some pre-recorded videos and some examples and stuff like that. That's given me a project to give some thought to. This was more about, can we get back onto Facebook?
Look, this test so far from the second test that we've got going on, we've been on here for 50 minutes, so we're not doing too bad.
So we've got two live viewers. That might be me and you, Michael, to be honest. There you go. So on behalf of Michael and myself, let's call this one a night. It's a slightly shorter than our 2-hour session, but as I say, scratch this one, guys, if you want to. Don't worry about it. It's just a test phase for me and Michael to get things up and running again after being ripped. I've got nothing positive to say. Well, StreamYard's very good, but I've got nothing positive to say about their costing strategy. There's lots of people leaving and moving to other alternatives because there's always somebody willing to do the same thing cheaper.
It's like cigarettes.
Yeah, we've gone to Restream, and now that I've tested that it's working, I can cancel the direct debit to StreamYard. So thank you for that. Thank you to everybody that's been watching. Michael, as always, my friend.
Yeah, no worries, and I'll work with you behind the scenes to see how far we can go with it.
He is he's almost like a producer behind the scenes. We don't always see him, and because of the time difference, and bless him, he's got out of bed early this morning to help us out, so it's much appreciated. We never take it for granted. So anyway, me waffling now. On behalf of me and Michael, we'll see you next weekend now with Matchbox Mark, hopefully. And thanks for watching.
All right.
Take care.
Good night, all. Good morning, all. Good evening. Have a great weekend.
Good day, good evening, good morning.